Everyday superpower, where we talk body language, we talk relationships, game, everything in between. This conversation is going to be in relation to a woman's tests, especially when she first starts to date you. More than likely it'll be on the first date. I bring this up because it's close to home. I mean, of course I've been tested before, but I feel I will refresh this and approach it in a particular perspective to bring you in to what I experienced. And this is something I'm familiar with. This isn't the first time it happens. This will happen to you. I swear it will happen to you, alright? A woman will intentionally bring up or emphasize another man, a third party, who might be big or strong or scary, right? See how you react. I was dating someone for the first time. They had come elsewhere. They had come from elsewhere, like they travelled to see me. So it's understandable for survival principle and protocol. She needs to ensure she is looked after and in safe hands, and sort of potentially accentuate that testing side of things just to make sure everything's good, yeah? There's an air of insecurity as well, which can enhance the testing process, you know, just to ensure and re-clarify to her own self that things are going to be alright. She goes, oh, someone I know is going to be coming around here soon. Coming around, not coming on the date with us, because couldn't be arsed with that, man. But one of my friends is going to be coming over into the city. We were seeing each other. Yeah, cool. Without further ado, she continues on to say, he's a 6'6" skinhead. My exact reaction was this: alright. Continue talking about the next question. It's clear that this individual, whether he exists or not, was weaponized for a reaction from myself, alright? You will experience this. Maybe it's a family member. Oh, my brother does martial arts, my dad is blah de blah de blah. They'll make out that these people are tougher than they are in order to see where you stand as a man. And if you were up to no good and you sort of were a little bit clueless about the communications of a woman, it's going to be in her favor, clearly, because she's going to squeeze out discomfort from you. And rightfully so. If you got bad intentions, hey, that guy should come and give you a slap around the face, let's be real. But she brings that up. How do you react to that? Well, there's so many different ways of doing so. Let's lay it down on a foundational level. You as a man, as you get older, you will start to find independence and assure yourself that you are everything you've ever wanted to be and more. You will start to not be scared of men. There's nothing to be scared of. There's no man on planet Earth that can scare you, because you should be educated not only in the study of other people, the understanding of other people, as to where your communication is so fluid and so excellent. Nobody will ever have problems with you, ever. Not on a physical basis. But you should be able to hold yourself, which is something we don't talk about to such an extent. I've got some degree of military stratagem videos, but we don't go into too much depth about them. But there must be an air about you as a man where other men don't want to handle you like that, because they just don't, you know? We talk about it on the videos where it's like how to avoid being bullied. Once you feel it's going too far and you say stop, that's all you need to do, because they believe you when you say it. If you want to refer to them videos, you can do, but she'll bring it up. I've had it with fathers before. Oh, my father's part of this gang and that gang. So what? Like, what? Oh, it's irrelevant to me. And you might think, oh, she's just trying to tell you about herself and the people she's with. No, trust me. There's specific elements of a person's character and nature and physiology. Like, what's his height got anything to do with this? Do you know what I mean? It's irrelevant. It's in order to look at you, see how you react. Are you frightened of that idea? If anything, to me, it's a bit of a turn off that you're trying so hard and you think I'm so soft that I would actually be fussed about that. He could be 7'5", wielding a machete. If he's not here right now, what do I care, you know? To give a background into who I am and what I've spent time with fellas. I'm a completely legal guy, but I've spent time with fellas who are handy, to say the least. You can't project what you would fear as a woman onto me as a man. I don't fear no man, you know? And of course this shouldn't come from a space of deceit. I guess in a way it can be a fake it till you make it thing, because especially on a first date, the moment you start showing insecurity at the idea of a physically intimidating man being present, that's going to be a crazy turn off for her. She won't see her womb isn't going to be present to you during that moment, because if anything, you're selling the other guy. You're saying that other guy is of more importance and strikes fear into me, even though I don't know him. You know what I mean? So you don't react on like any degree of insecure basis. If you do feel scared when she brings up random people who have got something you don't, you're best off just avoiding it and moving on, as opposed to actually verbally responding to it. Just continue on the conversation. That proves that it doesn't make that big a difference to you, right? But if you are so comfortable that it doesn't bother you, then please do respond. You know what I mean? It's fascinating because I was thinking about this only earlier today. She tests you not through a conscious state. She doesn't naturally believe she is testing you for whichever purpose. She knows that she is speaking to you and she is conjuring these words to tell you these things. But the whole testing aspect, the biological approach to things and why she's testing you, the underlying, foundation as to why she is doing this, that's all based in her subconscious. So if you are to respond to her and just tell her the truth, you know, that's a bit random, isn't it? Are you telling me this guy's coming to try and intimidate me or something? Just leave it there, leave it a question there. We're going to move on quick. We're not going to sit around talking about the next man for 20 hours. But just say it to her, you know what I mean? We did a video and just tell them who they are to their face. Because there's nothing bolder, right? I've been learning a lot about the shadow and the psychology of the shadow as of recently. So there might be a little bit more of an, implementation of that in these talks as of, the videos coming up. But what you do is when you bring it up to her and say, you just tried to intimidate me there or something. Ask it because you're not scared of the answer. She consciously will say, no, of course not, where's he got that from? But you'll be speaking directly to her subconscious, which will be answering yes. And her subconscious will allow her to feel the positive emotion in the face of a man who is comfortable, confident, direct and fearless. Whereas her conscious mind might not necessarily pick up on that attraction, but the undercurrent of her vision of you will change. Real talk. Not only that, the moment you sort of pick out the fact that it doesn't matter to you, she'll sort of probably stop attempting to indirectly threaten you on that basis. You know, when she realizes that you are a man and you're not a little girl who's scared of men purely because they've got a few inches on their height or they shave their heads. What the hell does that matter? We talk about the mental plane over here. We are of a higher frequency. The ground-bound primitive is something that exists within us, but we've strayed away from that. We're way more smarter than that. It's a mental game, yeah? So I thought I'd just say that to say that. I hope that was of some value. To me it was. It's fascinating to think about. You will get tested like this. You could be 3 years in a relationship and she might just bring someone up randomly who she feels intimidates you, and see where you stand in regards to that, and that will reassess her perception of the dating market, okay, and who she should value. Pay attention, yeah? Click like and subscribe as I upload every day. And with that being said, I've got 2 links in the description. One will take you through to the catalogue of body language, which is my YouTube playlist of over 220 videos of how to read people through their non-verbal communication. Second to that is the Patreon, with how you can learn how to read attraction and repulsion body language purely through observing their behaviours, alright? This is the real dating game. You won't find it elsewhere. It's hardwired in all of us, no matter where you are in the world. I'm signing out. Peace.